Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today's lesson is idgham. So idgham is one of the noon, sakina, and the tanween rules. We had in the previous lesson, we had the rule of ishar, and we know that the rules of ishar, the letters that followed sakina or tanween, then we should make ishar. But here today we are going to discuss. We're going to learn how to make it on. How to make it on. It's a sound when a second or tanween is followed by one of these letters that's collected in one word. Yarmilun. Yarmilun. So when yeah is when a second or tanween is followed by yeah, or ra, or mim, or lam, or wow, or noon, then the sound should be, tajweed rule should be here is idgham. How to do idgham? Idgham is to merge the sound of noon sakina or tanween to the other letter in the next word. We are going to practice this here. But before practicing, we should know that idgham is divided into two groups. Idgham with ghunna, idgham without. So the word yarmilun, this is the letters that's going to be followed. This is the letters that comes after a sakina or tanween. Then the tajweed rule here should be idgham. How to do idgham? Okay, so we know today that idgham is divided into two groups. Idgham with ghunna, idgham without ghunna. Idgham with ghunna is for the letters yanmu. Then when the noon is second of tanween is followed by any of these letters, ya or noon or mim or wow, then should have idgham. The tajweed rule should be here. The tajweed rule should be applied here is idgham with ghunna. So let's read some of examples. Here, min mujidikum. Here is a noon second is followed by wow. Then the tajweed rule here should be idgham. We merge the sound of noon to the sound of wow. Mujidikum. And this with ghunna. So the ghunna, this is a nasal sound that comes from the nose. So you feel that the nasal sound. You feel that ghunna that comes from the nose. This is how to apply the tajweed rule here. So we merge sound and we should make sense for the nasal sound that comes because this is the ghunna sound. This is a nasal sound that should come from the nose. So the tajweed rule here should be a noon followed by wow, one of the letters of the word the animal. So the tajweed rule should be applied here is idgham with ghunna. Also, وَمَن يُؤْمِن. This is the noon. Second is followed by ya. So the tajweed rule should be applied here is idgham with ghunna. Also, مَالًا وَعَدَّدَ. Here is a tanween is followed by wow. So the tajweed rule should be applied here is idgham with ghunna. Also, the tanween is followed by ya. So the tajweed rule should be here is ghunna. Here is the how to read the word. How to read the word. This is the how to read it. So it's read in the mushaf. It's written in the mushaf by this way, but we should read it like this. We should read it in this way. This is the shape of the merging. The shape of merging. So it should be read like this, but it's already written in the Mus'haf in like this way. So if we see another time, if we see in the surah, in the Quran, مَالًا وَعَدَّدَ, then we should read it like this, مَالًا وَعَدَّدَ. That's mean merging is a tanween with the other letter is wow, merging the sound, and don't forget to apply also the nasal sound of the also there's a note, no shadda above the wow or yes. This is called an incomplete idgham, as in one of the noon second is pronounced. That means also we have incomplete idgham. Then the incomplete idgham. So we don't make an incomplete idgham as a ghannah of the noon second is pronounced. We are going to move to another section of examples of the rules of the noon second anthem. So the yes, here another example. Also, noon second is followed by mim. Mim said the tajweed rule should be applied here. Is yes, is idgham with mim said min nasirin bi khayrin. Okay, this is the tanween is followed with mim. Then the tajweed rule should be here. Apply this idgham with also we can see here يومئذ ناعمة يومئذ ناعمة يومئذ ناعمة. Here is it. We can see that the tajweed rule should be applied here is idgham with gunna. As we see, there is a shadda above the noon and the mim. So this is called the complete idgham. We make it complete idgham as a ghannah of the noon. The ghannah of the noon second is not pronounced. That's mean it followed by noon shadda or mim shadda as we see here. So this will be a complete idgham. يومئذ بخير من ناصر. This is a complete idgham. So the ghannah of the noon sakin or tanween, the ghannah of the noon sakin is not pronounced. So like this one is followed by noon or mim, but with shadda, noon or mim with shadda. So this is will be complete idgham. So let's see also what we have. We have also another exception in this rule is when the noon second and the idgham letter should be in two different words. So how about if they come in one word? So the case here will be is mutlaq when the noon second or tanween is come in one word. Then the tajweed rule will be here is hard. And this is comes in the four words in the Quran. Dunya, there is the noon, a sakina, is followed by ya, but in just one word, in one word. And also sinwan, this is the noon second is followed by wow, is followed by wow. Then this is comes in one word, so will be here it will be is hard. Noon is followed by ya. Then this will be here also is hard mutlaq. And noon sakin is followed by wow, but in one word. So the idgham, it comes in two different words, in two separated words, two words that comes after one another, not in one word. So if it comes in one word, then it will be is hard mutlaq. here we are going to stop today for our session. Inshallah, see you next session, inshallah. And we end our session as the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us